automatic, it's a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seed. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. Gonna tell me, yeah, you heard me, you ain't feel me. I've been moving out of shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I heard it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, automatic, it's a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
She-Bag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but they from the Bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play for down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Intended for
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returning, it's Benjamin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jones in the right at the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
47-yard line.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the
really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
They run with a former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. Now Haskins to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going inside your defense? Thank you. A huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Jones. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. Past the 20. And he will take it. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
Greg Stroman on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Flush to his right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
.62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
On the 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Ryan Kerrigan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. they don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 29.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now Haskins on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
Complete to
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. And a completion there by Haskins. And you think back to the 2019 draft, both Dwayne and his counterpart on the other sideline, Daniel Jones, 1st-round picks in that draft. Jones taken 6th, Haskins 15th, and they might be seeing a lot of each other for. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24. And now the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year from 2018. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
He's across midfield to the.
Well, Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single game total in the NFL all of last. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Throwing again on second down. Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Intended for Antonio.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
To number 17.
Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Looking to throw. Jones. Fighting his target, it's Ward. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
37-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jones throw on target to Shepard, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Jones on first down. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo.
Jones.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw again. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
This Washington 20, Giants 14.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
His kick is good.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants on the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it's going to be second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's go. Slam. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Ready?
To throw again. Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
To Steven Sims.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Haskins. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Jared Wilson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A final shot before break. Jones. He's going to look deep here for Ward. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Jones throwing on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Haskins. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Of 11 yards.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up the...
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
On first down, it's Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. J.D. McKissick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Now it's Haskins. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Giants 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math, they did it well, and it works for them.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 44, Jones. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
His kick.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Haskins. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
A gain of 11 on
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. He'll tuck it and run. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter play.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Jones now. Going to throw again. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is.
And he's going to go down. sacked right around the 17. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
The tackle made by Dexter Lawrence. A 2-yard gain on the play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
But it brings up 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Got a man, Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16. Now Jones on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
At the 21-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. That one is slant to McLaurin. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over 1st and 10.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Matt Ioannidis picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After that sack, third and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. From the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here first and 10 at their own 44. Pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Operating from the gun. Haskins escaping the pressure right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to number 7.
Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge. And someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
At their own 46-yard line.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Washington first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
brought in.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll head back.